The other day, while on one of my daily commutes, I was listening to Today's News Tonight, the show that's done by Good Vibes Gaming, and on the show they had Bannon Rudis of Way Forward. And somehow the conversation on games being delayed came up, and Bannon Rudis, being of Way Forward, had a pretty interesting perspective, I guess, or he had probably one of the more interesting things, or one of the more interesting takes, I guess, on games being delayed. And it was quite simple, and he said it very elegantly when he pointed out that gamers usually have a ridiculously long backlog, and that when a company decides to delay a game, it's not a good thing for them. They usually have systems in play to help them calculate when a game should be coming out, and delaying a game actually costs the company more money, and because of it, it's not a good thing for the consumer, and it's not a good thing for the company. But nonetheless, delays happen, and when these things happen, us, the consumers or the gamers, really should just remember that we have a backlog. A lot of us, majority of us, have this huge backlog of games that we probably haven't even really begun to scratch the surface on. And if there's a game that you're really looking forward to playing, then you should just go play the games that you have in the meantime, so that when the game that you are looking forward to comes out, you may have finished one or two games, or you kind of caught yourself up on the lore if it's like a sequel title or something. I think one of the guys on the show actually mentioned, I think it was Derek on the show, that he said that Horizon Forbidden West, it being the game that's delayed, is okay for him because he's barely getting the chance to play the first Horizon game. I think it's Horizon Zero Dawn, and he's enjoying it. And that game came out forever ago, but he barely got to it, and that's okay because he owns the game. It's his right to play it when he wants to, and but he's okay with the game being delayed, and we should all, I guess. And I really just like that take and the way he said it, just because it was so elegantly put together, but also just because I don't think I've really ever heard that take. Like, people really get up in arms about it, and I guess you either get really worked up about a game being delayed or a company delaying the game that you're looking forward to, and go on Twitter and have a Twitter war about it, and then there's the people that are mocking them. But this guy over here comes and he's just like, forget all of that nonsense, don't listen to those people, and don't listen to these other people, just play the games that you already have. It's just that simple. And I personally myself have gotten worked up about Nintendo delaying games in the past, and it wasn't so much that I was upset that they delayed the game. I think I just had a problem with Nintendo announcing games too early, and then the games getting delayed, and that Miyamoto quote coming out, because it comes up every single time that a game is delayed. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is bad forever. And it's true what he says, but I just really got kind of tired of people quoting that. But it doesn't really matter anymore. I think I've gotten to a point now where I kind of feel like I have too many games, and I really want to get a little bit more selective about the games that I purchase. Neo: The World Ends With You is a game that caught my attention when it was first announced, and I really was looking forward to picking it up. I told myself that it would be one of those games, and instead I haven't chosen to pick it up. Age of Calamity is a game that came out in November, and I didn't pick it up until, I want to say, early June of this year. And I finished it since then, and I had a really good time with it, but at the time I wasn't trying to pick up a game like that. And Neo: The World Ends With You will be there. Will be there. I'll eventually get to it, but it doesn't mean that I have to go out and pick it up right now. The product is there. It's available. The game is here. And similarly to like your backlog, those games, you already own them. They're there. Pick them up when you want. One of the games that I was really, like, I guess, annoyed by back then about getting delayed over and over again was Fire Emblem Three Houses. I really loved Fire Emblem Echoes, and I just could not wait to play a modern Fire Emblem game after playing Awakening and playing Echoes and liking both of those games. Echoes is actually one of my favorite games, but so Three Houses, I just really could not wait to play the Fire Emblem experience on the TV or on the Switch, and the game just didn't seem like it was ever gonna come out until it eventually did, and that game is massive. I completed a route, but that's really only one route out of 4. The game has you think that it's only 3, but it's not until you get into one of the routes that you find out that there's actually a 4th one, and then with the DLC, there's other routes there, or there's a whole other house of. There's a DLC house. That's pretty much all it is, and I'm not even interested in that. But eventually I tell myself that I'm gonna get through my second playthrough and maybe get through the 3rd and 4th playthrough. My first go at it, I played the Blue Lions, and now I'm playing the Golden Deer, and I want to eventually get to the Edelgard story because she's everybody seems to really love Edelgard, and I don't know the story there. I don't know what really happens when it branches out between the characters and stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. Fire Emblem Three Houses will always be there. I don't know if I'll ever get to play those other routes, but I guess I just feel somewhat content that I at least finished one route, but it's really just scratching the surface, and that's okay. That game is there. I don't need another Fire Emblem game anytime soon, and that's fine, I guess. But another game that just seems to be in development hell is Digimon Survive. Last week, at the time of this recording, on Twitter, it was announced that Digimon Survive is still a game that exists, but it's now been delayed from 2020 to 2021. And I think more people were surprised that the game still exists than the game being delayed, just because we don't even know what this game looks like. We've never gotten a trailer for it, but I think that the game was first announced back in 2018, and it got delayed to 2019, then it got delayed to 2020, and now it got delayed to 2021 and 2022. So that's where that game is at, and that's okay. I love Digimon. I have a few Digimon videos on my channel, and if Digimon Survive ever does come out, I'm sure I'm gonna pick it up, just because I'm kind of invested in this game, just because I've been following it since 2018 and have nothing to know about it, or I've been following this game since 2018 and the game has like nothing to show for it. It's kind of like when Square Enix announced Dragon Quest Monsters, Eric and Mia, and then the game just kind of like went quiet forever, and we just assumed that it was stuck in development hell. And eventually, for the 35th anniversary presentation, it re-emerged, but as a different concept, and I think it's just called like Dragon Quest Treasure Hunters or something. I don't really know, but the game looks really cool. And like, if Digimon Survive ends up eventually morphing into something completely different, and the concept is still there, I would still definitely check it out, just because I know where it came from, and probably all of the iterations that it had to go through so that it would eventually be revealed to the public. I just think that when Bannon Rudis said that a company deciding to delay a game is not really an easy decision for them to make was probably the most interesting thing that he said about it, just because from this side of the curtain, it really just seems to irritate people, especially on Twitter, and they just want to talk all the smack that they want about it, and have their fit rages over the games. But like, it's probably not an easy decision to delay a game, and so for a company to just be upfront and says, hey, this is what we're deciding to do, it is, I guess, just the most transparent way that you can be about it. And I don't know why Digimon Survive won't come out, or why we don't know anything about the game, but I'd love to eventually see what Digimon Survive actually looks like. And thinking about all of that, I have, just on my Switch alone, I have 15 games on my backlog, and I'm not really worried about Digimon Survive. I don't really think about Fire Emblem Three Houses, despite me getting so worked up about it back in the past, and that's okay. Like, it's there, I can throw it on every once in a while and play a match eventually. It's little and little more through that playthrough. I threw it on actually just last week. I think I played one of the matches, and then I put the game down and switched over back to Skyward Sword, I guess. And that's okay. And so that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. I was listening to the show, and I had this habit of hitting the pause button while driving and start talking to myself, like as if I was talking to the show. And rather than just do that in the car, I kind of saved my thoughts, and instead of letting them out right then and there, I decided to kind of make a mental note of it, and then come back to sit in front of the camera and talk to you guys. If you guys like this video, please let me know. Let me know what you guys think on games being delayed. Did you guys check out that Bannon Rudis video or episode on TNT with Good Vibes Gaming? Let me know down below. I'd really love to hear your guys' thoughts. What is your favorite game that was delayed, and when it finally did arrive, you were super hyped on? I can imagine a lot of people just saying Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild is a really good game, and man, it was a long and difficult road, I'm sure, for Nintendo to get that game out, but I think it was all worth it, because everybody seems to love Breath of the Wild. Even if you don't love it that much, you still seem to really like it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll see you guys in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you like the video and you want to see more, as I think I already said. And share this video out to anyone who might enjoy this little think piece video. I don't know. Bye, chat, everyone.